So what's up, you guys? I know I've been missing for a while, man. I know it's been a minute since I've been on, social media and stuff. It's just, I've been really busy. So I'm just outside right now, taking a walk. Just actually came out here really to make this video. But you can see I got regular clothes on. I got my Ascension Athletic shirt. But you can see I'm really looking skinny now, man. Like, I've been getting a lot of people, have been telling me, I'm looking sick, telling me my legs look like sticks. But, that means that I'm doing something right. When you start having people question, what you're looking like and, why you're doing what you're doing. But, yeah, right now I'm weighing about 183 pounds in the morning. And I've already said I'm 8 weeks out from peak week. So yeah, I'm 8 weeks out from peak week. I'm weighing 183 pounds in the morning. And right now I'm just trying to shave off as much fat as possible. I am most definitely a lot larger than I was last time I stepped on stage. But this year I'm just trying to beat my previous best. That's all I'm trying to compete against is myself. And I'm trying to make sure that I look really good the day of the show. So what I'm going to be talking about today, I've had a lot of people that have been asking me a lot of questions. So I'm wanting to talk about, somebody sent me a question. It says, hey Josh, I'm thinking about doing a low carb, paleo-ish diet. What do you think? I know you're doing keto. Actually, I'm not doing keto anymore. But I know you're doing keto, but I want something that's a little bit more relaxed. So she doesn't want something that's as aggressive as keto. Even though some people like keto, some people don't. I personally, some days I liked it, some days I didn't. And it says, are you still counting macros doing low carb? I just feel like I'm not choosing the healthiest foods right now, and my acne has gone a little crazy. Want to clean up my diet, maybe try to eat higher fat, lower carbs. So for this, alright, so to answer your question, it sounds like you're eating a pretty balanced diet. For those of you that do not know what the paleo diet is, it comes from the Paleolithic era. It's known as like the caveman diet. So fruits, vegetables, nuts, lean meats, you name it. Anything that a caveman could pretty much just kill with his bare hands, that is part of the paleo diet. It's supposed to be no processed foods. But it sounds like you're eating a pretty balanced diet, so I would not, if you're taking in, let's say 200 grams of carbs, I wouldn't just go cold turkey and cut all the carbs off. Because what's happening right now is a lot of people are going on this trend. And the new trend is pretty much I'm going to cut all my carbs out as much as possible, try to leave them out because it's a quick fix. This is the low carb or the no carb is like the get rich quick scheme of like nutrition right now. That's what it is. So what happens is, like, your body is not a machine. So if I ran out of ink in my printer, I take the ink cartridge out, I throw the ink cartridge away, I put a new ink cartridge in, and boom, it's fixed just like that. If I'm driving my car gets dirty, I go to the car wash, I wash it off, and boom, it's pretty much, it looks brand new. So what happens is people think of their bodies like this. It's like, you can't just take an ink cartridge out, throw it away, put a new one in, and it's just like, boom, you're good to go. Because you're not. Your body naturally takes time. It's a slow process. So think of it this way. I used to wrestle in high school. Let's say a guy is like 150 pounds. He cuts down to be a 120 pounder. And when he's wrestling at 120 pounds, he is 30 pounds below his regular natural weight. So he's punished his body, and usually they don't do it slow. They do it over like the duration of like maybe 1 to 2 weeks. They cut that weight very fast. So when you lose all that weight and then you gain it all back, they usually gain more. So now you're not a 150 pounder anymore, you're a 160 pounder. You gain that weight back plus some. A better approach would be to naturally and very slowly monitor where you're currently at and work your way back to be able to lose the weight. Now, as far as answering your second question with the acne, water, I would most definitely observe my water intake, because if you are eating a lot of, if you're not making the best nutrition decisions, then you could be taking in a lot of sugars that you don't need to be taking in. And if you're not drinking a lot of water, that doesn't flush everything out. And if you're not flushing everything out, that's when stuff starts to get backed up. You start to have acne problems and a whole lot of other things. But as far as that goes, I would just make sure to monitor my water intake and make sure that I'm not just trying to do quick fixes. When you think of making a change with your body, you have to think about making a change that's sustainable. And if I'm not going to be doing it for the next 6 months to a year and a half, I'm not going to do it, because it's just kind of like, no, if you're talking about getting ready for a show, if you're doing a physique competition, that's different, because you know you have a set deadline that you know you have to get ready for, so you can do extreme things. But you cannot do these extreme things that they do out in Hollywood for the rest of your life. You can't cut carbs for the rest of your life. You know, some people do more of a low carb approach and their body gets used to it, but you can't just, I don't think that you will mentally be comfortable just going from I'm eating carbs daily to I'm just gonna cut it out so I can lose weight and I'm just gonna throw it back in there, because that's just not a cycle that you wanna get to. And I'm trying to educate people more on that now, because a lot of people are becoming afraid of carbs, and carbs is not something you need to be afraid of. So that's pretty much it. Send your guys questions, comment down below. Make sure to follow my channel, or make sure to follow me on Instagram at ascension.athletics. Follow me personally at Joshua GLM. And I'm gonna keep you guys posted with this prep, man. I've been pretty busy, and that's why I haven't been able to post pictures. As somebody asked me the other day, Josh, why haven't you posted that many pictures? I've been trying to stay low-key this year, man. Like last year, I probably went a little overboard, and feel like I was getting into that same trend this year. So I decided to take a step back, focus on what I have to do, put my head down and work. And you know, I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm looking like in the next 8 weeks. So we'll see, man. But pretty much just stay tuned, and I'm going to keep you guys posted. Peace.
I can't wait to see what illusion you've come up with for us. One of those romantic boy meets girl, boy loses girl stories?
It's better than that.